Hello and welcome. My name is Amul and you are watching Ease Coding. In this video, I'm going to show you how to print Fibonacci sequence or series numbers with Java programming language. So you can see I'm trying to print Fibonacci for three given numbers, 2 times, 6 times and 10 times, and this program is printing the Fibonacci sequence. So in this video I'm going to show you how you can write this program and run it on your system. So let's get started. First of all, go ahead and create a file. So I've created this file. Make sure your file is named with capital words. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to create a class. So it doesn't have autocomplete class, and then I'm going to name it Fiba. And then we also have a main method function, whatever you call it. So that's basically the skeleton of this program, the basic skeleton. Now we are going to write our custom method to do the Fibonacci sequence printing. So basically I'm going to say static void, and then let's say I'm going to say Fiba, and it's basically a method. So also going to take a number and then print out things here for me. Let me increase the font size so you can see it clearly. Now you can see it, hopefully. So the Fibonacci sequence starts with 0 and 1, and what it does, it keeps adding last 2 digits and moving on. So you can simply see, if you start with 0 and 1, you would have these two numbers, and when you add them it will become 1. But now you have 3 numbers, so these will be last 2 digits, and when you add them it will become 2. Similarly it will become 3, and next number will become 5, next number will become 8, and so on and so forth. So you will keep moving on, and this is what we want to achieve for a given number, and we want to print the Fibonacci sequence. So this is what we are going to use in this method Fiba. So we'll start with the base numbers n1, which is going to be equal to 0. Oops. N2, which is going to be equal to 1, and we are going to take n3 as well to move on and swap the numbers. So okay, now we want to simply say system out and print, not println, because we don't want to go on to the next line here. We want to stay on the line. So basically I'm going to print n1 plus a space plus n2. Also at the end I want to have a space to add the n3. Okay, so that's done. Now we're going to use if condition. So if is going to check if n is more than 2, and then you want to loop for the n minus 2 times. Okay, so I'm going to use for loop, and this is going to be, let's say I is equal to 2, and when I is less than, at equal to n, we want to keep moving on till it's less than or equal to n. Alright, so that's what we have, and this time I want to say n3 equal to n1 plus n2, and I want to print this. So I want to print what? n3 and then a space. Okay guys, and here is what we are going to do, the main logic. So basically we are going to swap the values. So n1 will become n2, and n2 will become n3, and this is how we can keep moving on. So let me quickly go over. So we already have printed 0 and 1, So last two digits are 1, 0 and 1 equal to n3, which is going to be printed. So we already have printed, let me put it somewhere here. So we already have printed 0 and 1. This is going to be n3, and now n1, n2 is making this n3. So n1 will become n2, which is going to be this one. n2 will become 3, n3. So these two numbers will added this time and will become n3. So this will be printed with a space. So this will become 2 this time. Okay, so this is n1 and n2. Okay, this time, and it's going to be added and it will become 3. And this is n1 and n2 again with this swap thing here. So this will become n3 will become 5. Okay, and will be printed. So this will keep moving until this condition. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Now what I want to do, because I want to move on to the next line once this method is done. So I'm going to simply say new line, print a new line, simple. And then we are going to call this method in the main function or method, whatever you call it, Fiba, and this is going to be, let's say, 2 times. This is going to print Fibonacci series for 2 times. This is going to print 6, and let's say I want to do a larger number like 10. And now I'm going to compile and run this program. Let's see if you get any typo or error. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, so I'm just going to remove unwanted spaces here, and one here, so I can show you things. Okay, so now let's go ahead and compile. I'm going to use inbuilt Sublime text command line, clear the screen, and I'm going to compile it with Java C, and this is going to be Fiba dot Java. Hopefully it's going to be compiled successfully. Yes, and now I simply go ahead and run this Fiba thing, and it's going to print those numbers. So guys, it's working, and this is how you print Fibonacci series with Java. So 2 numbers, 6, and these are 10 numbers. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Goodbye.